Weather for one location. Go ahead and move, double click, get weather for the Philadelphia area. Want to type in a particular location, say Oakland, maybe Oakland LAX flight path. Going to fly over a vortex, say Fellows Vortex in between. Go ahead and type that in, get the dog leg. That's currently 25-mile distance. If you want a flight path of 50 miles either way, get the weather for that, just changing in that direction. Up here in the upper right, go ahead and see you get the flight path information, the distance, the magnetic and true headings for each. Want to see forecast? Easy enough. Turn them on. Maybe turn off METARs so it's not so crowded. I've got all this information now in local time. If I want to see everything in Zulu time, TAFs, METARs, everything, switch it to Zulu time here, and now when the information is shown, you can see I've got the letter Z at the end. Want to see winds aloft? Go ahead and turn that on. You'll see little symbols that look like little balloons. That's where winds aloft are reported. Any place where I've got this bar at the end, that shows a significant change in either wind speed or wind direction. Turbulence may be anywhere, but these are especially prone to high turbulence. Want to see pilot reports? Easy enough. I'll show you up to the last 5 hours of pilot reports. The symbols show you whether it's turbulence or icing. Maybe here for this turbulence one, I can see that the type here is A320. Not quite sure what that is. I'll go ahead and decode. Most airport types is Airbus A320. Not sure what that looks like. Go ahead and look over here and I'll have a picture of the plane that actually reported it. Well, okay, maybe not the plane, but the same type of plane. Need to visualize airmets and sigmets? Go ahead and turn them on. You can see the gray lines until you move the mouse in to see where the area is that highlights up. If the box gets in the way, just move it somewhere else. Keep working. You can also fill those areas in so they're a little easier to see when you're not within them. Click anywhere and you get the full details of the airmet and sigmet. Need more weather information? Go ahead and turn on NextRad, composite or base information. We also animate up to the last 45 minutes worth of information. See the view from the whole country. Overlay that with surface analysis information. You can see how the fronts are moving as well. Flying to Miami for the Super Bowl, turn on TFRs to see what's going on down there. Easily around Miami Stadium you can see, but don't forget around Orlando. You've got one around Disney World. And along your flight path you may have some others. For example, in Louisville, I see we've got something close there as well. With your mouse in the region, go ahead and click, see the details. If you want more, click on the link here and go directly to the FAA site for more information. Flying into New York, weather is not going to be your only problem. Turn on static information from the FAA such as airports, nav aids, and airspaces, and you can visualize what's going on there. Mouse over the airport, see information about them, altitude and frequencies. Same with the nav aids, different types of nav aids, and where applicable, we'll even list access to the AFD. The airspaces will show you the upper and lower elevations of each of the different regions in the class Bravo, class Delta, such as here in Teterboro, and class Charlie over here. You can easily zoom in on certain areas to get better visual fixes if you're flying VFR. Even switch to a different type of map background, such as a satellite. See how the region ends at the end of the island. Maybe you're traveling to Chicago. Get some information about the airport itself. Go to right click and then select Airport Details from the chart. Up comes standard information about the airport. Details are obtained directly from the FAA and include links to the AFD and an airport diagram if available. We include links to SkyVector on the right, as well as a diagram for the airport layout based on latitude-longitude information, highlighting land and whole short regions, and runways with the right traffic pattern. Airport picture if possible, and all the way down at the bottom if you like. Airport procedures available, again, directly from the FAA. Right-click will also show you NOTAMs around that area, going directly to the FAA website. Right-click anywhere, and the menu also gives you access to area forecasts. You're probably used to seeing it this way, in its raw form. We also show it to you in the converted form. If you like, change times to local time. Got the destination but not sure of the location? Look up the airport code, just type it into the form. Let's say I'm headed to Paris. I get a full list, Paris, Texas, Paris, Illinois, or these things do work internationally. How about Paris, France? Maybe I've got a long trip that's headed around the world. I can still get METARs, TAFs, and pilot reports. Your little Cessna won't make it around the world? No problem. Let's take a simpler example. Let's say I'm going from Oakland to Sacramento. I can easily see my whole route of travel. I can see that it's generally clear in between, so that may be good. And my pilot reports are showing me some icing, but that's at 21,000 feet, so I don't think I'm going to worry about that. I'm not going to get that high. If I've got a free login up here, I can go ahead and generate a full weather brief. I just put in the flight path, my approximate departure time, which we'll use associated with the forecast, and my estimated time en route. The resulting report is printable, and it shows me the route summary, the distance and headings that I'm going to go. It shows me the flight advisories that are within my flight path. I can click and see additional details. As I scroll down farther, I can see any TFRs that are within my flight path. I can also show general TFRs that may cover larger areas. I've got the synopsis directly out of NOAA if I'm looking for additional details. I've got current weather conditions, basically all my METARs from my origination to my termination, ordered by distance away from the origination. So I can see the details here, or I can easily glance down and see what the weather's like in current conditions. Obviously Lake Tahoe is going to be a little bit more rough based on that weather. I can see any pilot reports within my flight path. I can see the on-route area forecast, destination forecasts. Again, details here or summarized in this area. I can also see here where I've grayed out these areas. This is where I've used the time that I will be in the air. Expected time in the air will correspond with these areas that are grayed out. So I may be in trouble if I head close to Tahoe. I won't if I'm only headed to Sacramento, but something to be aware of. I also have winds and temperature aloft down at the bottom based on distance, San Francisco, Sacramento, and out to Reno, which are the closest reporting stations. From now, 6 Zulu and 1800 Zulu. Wow. I hope that gives you a good understanding of the kinds of things that are possible on this website. Do turn on the tooltips and take a look around. Read the help pages to get some other understanding of what's going on. Because this is a free website, it's also available generally at FBOs. Nothing to download, nothing to install. If you'd like to keep me motivated to keep this thing running, do feel free to make a donation. Thanks very much. Enjoy.